What's up? I'm back. I don't know how to edit yet, so I'm gonna make two separate videos. The last cut was because I gotta go do something. So I'll make this quick. The last point I want to touch on is the David's case. David D4VD. He's in the news. He's um he's being tried for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 14-year-old. God damn. He's like I think he's like the modern day Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I'm saying? He's like you know he's what, I think he's the same age as me, or maybe even younger, like 20, 21 or something. I don't know, but he's young. His life is ruined, right? All because of you know discussing things he's done and what he did to her, and that's all I've been really keeping up with, really. It's just the fact that he thought he could get away with it is really astonishing to me, because I mean we're on the basis of 1994, we are in a constant surveillance. Privacy, anonymity is a luxury. Me posting this video, you know right, I mean, there's a chance that my identity could be made known, right? The computer I'm using, the IP addresses, whatever, you know, it could all be pinged. It could all be traced back to me. The Wi-Fi I use, everything, right? So it's really hard to get away with a murder, especially since you are in an occupation that is so, that requires you to be so widely known and your life to be so widely public. And so that just kind of baffled me. And you know um, more so, comparatively to the crime he committed, right? To the 14-year-old. I think they met when she was 12 or 11. She talked of abortions and just the mutilation and whatever. That is just horrid to know and hear about. It's unfortunate that she passed away that way. And on a topic of surveillance, you know, we don't we don't have that privilege or luxury of privacy anymore. Even though we want to, we don't really, like I said, David was a musician, right? His entire image was on the internet. But say for an average person like me, I'm really not on the internet. Yeah, I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook, I have a Twitter. You know what I'm saying. But I'm just one of the 8 billions people who has that, right? But I'm also one of the people that are under this government that you know or not government, I should say society. Society, I think right now has really risen so fast in the past like 5 years. And along with technology has been the social norm, the culture, and the acceptances of those factors. As in me telling you that, hey, I want to be private, it's almost like I feel like that's what 1984 is kind of not alluding to, but really saying. And is that since everyone is public, sorry about that, since everyone is public, why do you want to be private? What do you have to hide, right? And so it kind of discourages you to be that individualistic. And I think that's kind of weird to say, because in America, like I'm in America, right? And we're individualistic as can be, right? We're all under the notion that, hey, someone's business is their business, my business is my business. What do you have to do, you know, being in my space, being my bubble, right? But at the same time, everyone wants to know what's going on. And if you're not sharing what's going on, then what do you have to hide? So it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see. And I feel like that's where we're headed with the whole technology thing. More and more children, my kids are going to be born. I can't even, you know, imagine what kind of society, technology they're going to grow up in, right? Where everything is just, where it's just all in front of them. So, you know, and I think I saw a video. It's just like, this is why serial killers are rare nowadays, because how could you get away? There's DNA, forensics, CCTV, right? Cameras everywhere, cell phones, data, right? They can ping you here, right? You say you were there, but they can ping you, whatever, right? So, and everyone is everyone. As in everyone, like, hey, I just saw that guy. They can just quickly pull out their phone and record you. Be like, hey, this video was taken at this time of this person at this location. Their alibi their alibi is different than what they say, or than what they, what they were doing, than what was reality, right? So it's censorship and freedom. In 1984, they want to limit how you think. They want to, conform you to one single mind, one single language, one single action, right? To follow the orders of those people, that government, that society. But at the same time, entices you to break that, so they can, maybe set an example, right? So I feel like it's a tug of war, and the thought police are on both sides, right? So it's kind of interesting to think about. I've still a long way to go regarding the book. I think I'm on page like 160, and it's like, it has like, what, 333. So I still got a long way to go. Maybe something cool will happen. I did like when he met Julia. I thought that was like, I was like, wait, what is this? A romance novel now? I was like, hey, I'm not opposed to it. But that would be it for today's video, or today's videos too, right? I think I will do a video on fragrances. I love fragrances, colognes. I have several. Maybe I'll do a review, something like that. That'd be cool. I'm wearing some fragrances right now, but that will be for tomorrow's video. Alright, take care. This has been Sweetie, and I'll see you tomorrow.